This happened a few years ago. I was covering a night shift for a friend. I used to work at this gas station. But I used to work from morning to afternoon. I've never worked the night shift, our sleeping area for staff. It's in a store that sells sub-products and point redemption gifts. The store, all the walls are made of transparent glass, you can see the outside from inside. Of course, the store is not open at night. And the lights are off, so it's dark inside. There are 2 people working the night shift, because it's night time. So basically, there are hardly any cars coming to refuel. We could take turns to sleep. The colleague who worked the night shift with me, his name is Xiao Zheng, but he's very easy to get along with. He let me sleep first, and when I was sleeping, suddenly, I felt very cold. And then I woke up because of the cold and opened my eyes. I was scared by the scene in front of me. There's a woman standing next to me, looking at me sleep with indifference. Always staring at me. I was startled and then I said to her,
"Sorry, I'm here to cover the shift today. They said I could sleep here."
But that woman, after hearing what I said, still, her expression didn't change. Then she turned around and left, so I just watched her walking towards the wall. And then, out of nowhere, she simply disappeared in front of the wall. I was very surprised, yet I told myself, there might be a door there. It's just too dark because the lights were out, I couldn't see. Being surprised like that, I could no longer sleep. Looking at my phone, it was 2:45 in the morning. I thought she might be an employee here, or something like a station master, so I didn't think much of it. Then I went out to look for Xiao Zheng, and he was watching anime.
Getting up so early, can't sleep? Then it's my turn to sleep.
There are still girls here working the night shift.
What? What woman is working the night shift here?
Or do you have a female station chief or something? No.
It's just you and me here.
If you're not going to sleep, then it's my turn to sleep. When I was left alone, I kept thinking about the girl from earlier. I think she might be a resident living nearby. Just a little scary looking, that's all. White clothes, a pale face. Then I put this matter behind me, started playing with my phone until I got tired. Then I lifted my head to move my neck. Suddenly, I noticed someone standing at the scooter filling area, not moving and just staring at me. We only have 2 people for the night shift, right, and it's also the middle of the night, so the whole scooter filling area is extremely dark. I could vaguely see someone standing there, so I said to him from the car filling area,
"Excuse me, the scooters must come here to fill up. The scooter area is not open."
But that person just stood there, unresponsive, looking at me. So I said it again, still, he just stood there without moving. I thought, did I see wrong? So I decided to go over and check it out. Halfway there, I suddenly saw something white on the ground. I thought it was a piece of trash at the time, so I reached out to throw this trash into the trash bin, but then as I picked it up, I realized, it wasn't a plastic bag, but it felt like clothes. I still remember the feel of those clothes to this day. At this time, I heard a girl's laughter. Then, whoosh, the clothes in my hand disappeared like they were yanked away. That thing just vanished. My immediate reaction was to go find Xiao Zheng, who was sleeping. I walked into the shop, only to find that Xiao Zheng was not in the sleeping area. So I started to look around. Suddenly, I glanced at the door. There was a semi-transparent woman in white standing outside. A gut feeling told me, that woman standing outside was not a human being. I was in a state of fear at the time, so I didn't get a good look, but I felt like she was waving at me. My instinct at the moment was to duck down and hide beside the spare parts cabinet, continuously muttering prayers under my breath.
Namo Amitabha Buddha. Namo Amitabha Buddha.
I was thinking that it was so dark here, she should not be able to see me. After a while, I heard 2 honking sounds from outside. I peeked out sneakily and saw a taxi parked outside. A taxi was parked outside. The driver kept honking twice because no one was around, but that driver seemed to not see the woman in white, because the taxi stopped right next to the woman in white. Scared, I hid back behind the spare parts cabinet again. After a short while, I heard another car driving into the gas station. Again, I secretly raised my head to look outside the door. It was a silver car. A sultry-looking woman got out of the car. She too was looking around as no one came to fuel up. By this time, the woman in white had disappeared. Seeing more people, I started to feel a bit braver. I stood up and rushed to the door. Suddenly, I felt like I tripped and fell onto the ground. I looked down and saw that my foot was entangled in a piece of fabric. I wondered, why would there be fabric on the ground here? But no matter what I did, I couldn't get the cloth off my foot. While trying to get free, I overheard the woman from the silver car ask the driver,
"Wonder if this gas station is self-service?"
The driver responded,
"That's impossible. Look, their cash box is still here."
"They must be off somewhere slacking." At that moment, I began shouting towards the door.
Just a moment.
But both the taxi driver and the woman seemed unable to hear my loud cries from inside the store. While shouting, I was tirelessly trying to untangle the fabric wrapped around my foot. No matter what, it seemed to only get tighter. After a while, the driver, failing to get gas, impatient, angrily declared, "I'm going to lodge a complaint against this gas station."
This is way too outrageous.
The entire gas station is left unattended. Upon hearing complaint, I thought, I'm finished. I'm going to get everyone in trouble. I was desperately trying to untangle the pesky fabric. Then, the driver drove away after saying that. Soon after the taxi left, the silver car also drove off. Too panicked, I tried desperately to untangle the fabric, while continuously checking outside the door. I didn't notice that the surrounding temperature started to drop. Then a chilling voice whispered into my ear,
"What are you looking at?"
I glanced aside and oh my god. A pale and colorless face was inches away from me. Upon closely inspecting, the face was that of the woman who had been watching me sleep earlier. That's when I realized she was somewhat translucent. In terror, I desperately tried to crawl away on the ground. As for the cloth that was around my foot, I have no idea if it fell off or just disappeared. But, no matter what I did, the glass doors wouldn't budge. I started to shake the glass door desperately, and scream for help. Just then, I heard another voice beside me.
"What are you doing?"
At the sound of the voice, I shook the door harder, and screamed louder. Suddenly, someone tapped on my shoulder and said, Hey, calm down." I turned and saw it was Xiao Zheng. "Why weren't you attending the fuel island? What would we do if a car came? What if the money was stolen?" Afterward, Xiao Zheng dare not leave to sleep, afraid that I would do something unexplainable again, so I stayed with Xiao Zheng at the fuel island. During this time, Xiao Zheng asked me what happened, but I chose to remain silent. Not until the early morning, when the elderly started appearing, did I dare to tell Xiao Zheng about my encounter throughout the night. I also told him I went to find him at the sleeping area, but he was not there. After hearing all this, Xiao Zheng thought it was all nonsense, as he had been sleeping all this while, and it was my loud banging and shouting on the glass door that woke him up. And Xiao Zheng even told me that he had been working here for a long time, and never encountered anything unusual, let alone ghostly women outside, or inside the store. In short, Xiao Zheng just thought I was being weird. And so, both of us remained quietly at the fuel island, until the morning shift staff came for handover. That was the horrifying incident I experienced at the gas station.